$2.3 billion. That's the financial impact in the Central Florida region alone as a result of Hurricane Irma in 2017. As we continue to see disasters grow in size and scale, so too should our responses. My research aims to study just that by looking at the coordination and collaboration of public, private, and nonprofit sector agencies and how they work together within a disaster response network to respond to disasters. More specifically, I'm looking to study what is the effectiveness of their response to disasters. My theoretical framework from such disciplines as computer science and sociology, I'm looking at network theory and how it can be utilized to measure and quantify these disaster response networks of organizations indicated above in red, and what that looks like in various emergency support functions, for instance, indicated in blue. And these support functions can include such things as ESF2 communications. The goal of this theory in my research is to look at how can we calculate what these organizations look like when they are working together, how closely they are within the network, which ones are more active or central within the network, and lastly, what are the overall relationships like when they respond to disasters? My study is doing this using a multitude of methods and utilizing the Central Florida region counties as the test bed or sample. One, I'm looking at policy and policy documents for these Central Florida counties, looking at and visualizing what should the disaster response networks look like in theory. I'm also looking at after-action reports for Hurricane Irma in 2017 specific to this disaster and these counties, and looking at what did the actual disaster response networks look like. I'm also going to be using focus group interviews with emergency management leaders in the region to gain a clarification and understanding of why and how these plan versus implementation differences impacted the effectiveness of their response to that disaster. And lastly, I'm using Twitter data as a complementary method to understand what kind of information and support did community members or users of Twitter require from organizations through this method of communication within the network. My research hopes to guide policy initiatives that better reflect practice as a result of comparing the plan versus implementation networks. This can lead to a better coordination and collaboration of agencies across these different sectors, which in turn can impact better coordination of disaster response and resiliency practices for effectiveness, and hopefully reduce the financial impacts that we continue to see rising.